So the last video I left off talking about how you find the vertex of something if your graph or your parabola is in standard form. Now this is the most general form that you can have for a parabola before you simplify it and put it in standard form or vertex form, whatever you want to call it. And when you want to find the vertex, there is another way you can do that, and that is if you know this, kind of like using the quadratic formula. If you just plug in negative b over 2a, whatever b is and whatever a is, you plug that in, that gives you the x-coordinate of your vertex automatically. And if you plug that back into the function, just like any x value, that will give you your y-coordinate. Now, all you need to remember is that if it opens up or down, then it's a max or a minimum. And it's already telling us in this example that we're dealing with a maximum. And it says a baseball is hit at a point 3 feet above the ground at a velocity of 100 feet per second and an angle of 45 degrees with respect to the ground. This is the path of the baseball, so it's following a path of a parabola where f of x is the height of the baseball and x is the horizontal distance from home plate. What is the maximum height reached by the baseball? Well, first of all, we know it opens down, so it's going to be a maximum. Now we just need to plug in some values to see what it is. It would make no sense to try and complete the square with this. So that's why it makes more sense to try and find the vertex of it using this way. So what I need to do is I need to find the x-coordinate. So it's negative b, or negative 1, divided by 2 times a, which is negative 0.0032. So if I type that into my calculator and I see what that is equal to, the answer is going to be positive because we have a negative and a negative. So if I take 1 and then divided by this whole thing, 2 times 0.0032, I get this value for x. X equals 156.25. So there is the x-coordinate of my vertex. So my vertex has a x-coordinate of this. So to find the y-coordinate, I have to plug all of this back in. So negative 0.0032 times 156.25 squared plus 156.25 plus 3. So I have to go back to my calculator and type all of that in, and making sure I type it correctly. So I have negative 0.0032 times 156.25 squared, so I'm timesing it by 156.25 again, plus 156.25 plus 3. So just to check to make sure the book coincides with what I have, you should get 81.125. So what this is saying is that my vertex is 81.125 and the y-coordinate of my vertex is, well, I said that backwards. The x-coordinate of my vertex is 156.25 and the y-coordinate is 81.125. What this means is that the height of the baseball reaches its maximum height of 81.125 feet when it is 156.25 feet away from home plate.